Fast and easy crochet plant, Leggy's Vine, pattern and tutorial. Pause and screenshot written pattern on upcoming screen. Pattern will also be in the description below. This is Angie from the Yarn Room. Welcome, welcome. We're going to work on a pattern I developed and named Leggy's Vine. I created this pattern of leaves clusters to use in my hanging basket plants, and I use other leaf clusters also, like the string of pearls or the Christmas cactus. I wanted to make one that had two leaves that looked like they were on both sides of the stem and going up, and they're kind of nondescript, just regular leaves that you could add that could be any plant really, and they just look good hanging. And you can do them in any color. Look at this one. And so when I was making this, I thought I'm going to name it after Allegra, because she's the one who helped me get this YouTube thing started. So, and it happens to be her birthday today. Happy birthday, Allegra, and here is your vine. We are going to be using a 4.5 millimeter, where am I? 4.5 millimeter hook. Now you can use any size hook. I usually use a 3.5, 3 or 3.5 to make them smaller. But I'm going to use this size so you can see what I'm doing. What we're going to do, let's see, I'm making this out of memory, so I hope I am following the pattern correctly. So we'll see, right? I know you'll be shouting at the screen if I do something wrong, and that's okay, because I can't hear you. Okay, now I've switched yarns. I was having a little difficulty using that one yarn that I had. This is just a regular, I believe this is probably Red Heart, but I don't know the name. Okay, so we're going to begin making Leggy's Vine. We're going to make chain 3. However you make your chain 3s, your chains, start them that way and make 3. Okay, and that first loop, I always keep it kind of big enough to be around my finger almost. Now in that first little loop that started everything, we're going to make a half double crochet. We're going to yarn over and make a double crochet. Half double, double, chain 2. Now we're going to go, this is the Picot Stitch. This is the top of that double crochet. We're going to go into the front loop only, going down into the front loop. And then when you do that, there happens to be another little loop right here next to it standing. It's just waiting. It's a little friend. And we're going to slip stitch through both of those. And that's going to make the little point of our leaf. Now we're going back into that ring that we were working in, that first little chain, and we're going to double crochet. So basically now we're going to be going backwards of what we did here and the first before the picot. And now we're going to half double crochet just to mirror the other side. But now on this side, we are going to do something we didn't do over here. We're going to do a chain 1 and a single crochet. And then we're going to pull our tail to close that loop. And that is our first leaf. Now, at this point right here, I tie this tail. I leave my hook inside the loop, but I'm going to take my tail and tie it to the working yarn. Okay, so I still have my hook on the loop right here, and you can kind of pull it and adjust it depending on how tight, and it holds it. You can do two things. You can just crochet your chain up, or you can make a single crochet going back into that first little chain that we had and slip stitch it. Not a single crochet, but slip stitch, and that brings you like to the center of the leaf, which I like. All right, see how it's got you like in the center. Now we're going to drop this tail. We're going to chain 6. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this is already tied in here, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this. I may go back and trim that a little bit more later, but we will deal with that later. Now we have 6. Now we're going to start what I call the leaf clusters, where we're going to have a leaf on each side. And that's what I was trying to achieve when I created this pattern. We are going to yarn over, and in the second loop chain from the hook, we're going to use that chain as our magic circle. So we're going to make a half double crochet and yarn over, and in that same chain we're going to make a double crochet, basically making that leaf over again. So you know how to make the leaf, right? And we're going to watch this one in slow motion. Hopefully it goes much smoother than the other. There's our double crochet. So a half double, a double. At this point we make 2 chains. Then we're going to do our picot on the front loop only of this first, on this last double crochet, and that little stem stitch standing next to it wants to be a friend. We're going to bring our hook through there and make a slip stitch. Okay, no, I guess you could make a single crochet if you wanted to, but in this pattern we're making that slip stitch. Now we're going to yarn over, and in that same, we're still working in that same little chain, second from the hook, we're going to make a double crochet. Half double crochet, chain 1, single crochet. Here is where the magic happens, where we're going to make our other leaf coming out to this side. We're going to chain 3. This is what it looks like. Let me show you what it looks like at this point. Okay, we're going to chain 3. Don't make them too tight. 1, 2, 3. Into that first chain that we made of the 3, we're going to recreate this same leaf again, which is half double crochet, double crochet, two chains, picot, slip stitch, next side of the leaf, double crochet, half double crochet, single crochet. Oh no, did we do half double crochet? Half double crochet, chain 1, single crochet, and this is what we have. Now, this is where we're going to join these leaves together. We're going to put our hook in between the two leaves here. We're going to come up over here on this side to the left of the stem, bring that yarn through, and come back up to the front. Keep your hook, oops, of course I would do that. Keep your hook here in the center between the leaves, and you're going to yarn over and pull through. So basically making a single crochet around that leaf stem, and we're going to pull it tight. And that should make our stitch come up between the leaves right there. Don't worry, I'm going to do this again and you'll be able to see it, okay? Chain 7, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to repeat this. Second chain from hook, half double crochet, double crochet, chain 2, picot, double crochet, half double crochet, chain 1, single crochet into that center. So this is your first leaf. Pay attention, sometimes I put 3 leaves or just 1 leaf by itself and kept going. So always know this is your first leaf. Now to make the second one, we do the chain 3. 1, 2, 3, and repeat this pattern of this. Once you learn the little pattern of the sequence of the stitches, you're golden. Half double crochet. I'll go through it with you still. In that same stitch right there, which was that first chain of the 3, we're going to double crochet. And we do that because it extends it higher. And then we're going to make the point of the leaf, chain 2. Now we're going to make our picot, front loop only, slip stitch, double crochet, half double crochet, chain 1, single crochet. And here we have those leaf clusters again. We're going to make our second one. Look at that, how pretty that is. Do you remember how to do this? Here's our hook where we ended on this leaf here. We're going to take our hook. See, our yarn is still on top here. We're going to take our hook and bring it out, bring it between the leaves. I need 3 hands for this to show you guys. I'm going to bring our hook between the leaves, but to the left of this stem here, right here. And while we're here, we're going to bring this loop through. We're basically making a single crochet through there. And we're going to bring that loop up, and it's in between these 2 leaves here, see? And now we're going to complete that single crochet by pulling through, and we tighten. I like to tighten. And then when you make your chain 7, I don't count that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. And there we have it. Now, I'm going to make one more with you without talking, okay? So you can just watch. 7 chains. Now we're ending the strand, and you can, I think I said put 7 chains, but that's all up to your preference, but that's the pattern that I'm making. Then we cut it off, leaving, I don't know, a 3-inch tail, and then it's ready to meet its friends. What do you think about this little leaf cluster? You can kind of unfold them, you can curl them, you can squinch them up if you like them more squinchy looking. I have one tip. I like to pull these, and you're going to hear a pop, hopefully. Let's see. Nope. Okay, no. Yeah, I pull them because it tightens up what's happening over here, and it makes it much nicer. And it does, it stretches it out a bit, but it does shrink back up. So, and then if you know, you can always gather it in your hand like this and squunch it up if you want it tighter. Or if you want to make these leaves closer to each other, you don't have to put 7 chains in between. It's all up to you. And then later on, you can add little flowers on here. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video. A nice little birthday gift for Allegra, Leggy's Vine. Happy birthday, Allegra.